I mean, they said 2 tablespoons of the dye. I kind of put 3 heavy tablespoons of the dye. I love it. I love it. Did it work? Did it work? And my shirt look like this. Hey, we meet again. I did a thing. I did another thing. I did some tie-dye. So, hey, my name is Alicia. I make videos on lifestyle improvement, life hacks, DIYs, wellness, and all that jazz. And today's video is all tie-dye. I was gonna say DIY. It is DIY. DIY tie-dye. How I made my shirt look like this. I would say it before, but I don't have that photo for you. It was all white. Just know that this was all white. And I made it cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you how to tie-dye, how I did it, and then how it turned out. Okay, let's start. So tie-dye, I mean, we all know how to tie-dye, but there's like that younger version of you that tie-dyes, and then there's like the more mature version of you that tie-dyes, right? It's like, well, maybe I might not use pink and purple and red and green and then tie rainbow. Maybe I'll just use a little beige, maybe I'll just use a little gray, maybe I'll just use one color, and it makes you feel more adult, but you still get to tie-dye and it's more acceptable. So that's kind of what I did today. I don't honestly really like bright colors really that much. I'm very much a neutral, gray, black, white type of person. So that's kind of why I chose these beige colors. So what I did was, first I got some white clothes. I got some that were all white and then 2 that were print that I literally was like, if I have anything extra, they were gonna be either donated or tie-dyed. So that's also what you can do when you're about to give away clothes. Then can you tie-dye them? And so I have a tank top, a crop top that I'm wearing, a bralette, shorts, long sleeve, and 2 tank tops. And I was able to do that with half a bottle of, I think it's called RIT, R-I-T, dye. So in case you're wondering how much dye, I was able to do all this with a half bottle of each, because they're 2 different colors, so that's why it wasn't a full bottle. So first thing, get all your clothes, have them washed. Second thing, dampen them. Dampen them. I just kind of ran them through the water just a little bit, mush them together, just so that the dye can take. Once that is damp, then you can lay out your clothes. Get the dye that you want, have some gloves if you don't want to get dye all on your hands. I was really dealing with like browns, and I'm already brown, so I didn't really see that as a problem. So usually tie-dye comes in like these cute little things, but I'm not using these cute little colors, okay? So I'm just using a bottle of water with water in it, and I put a little hole on top. So I filled it up about this far. You can see, and I have 2, so I'm only gonna use 2 colors that are pretty much the same color. I'm gonna use this camel color. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it's clear enough. This camel color, and I'm gonna use this tan color. And that's it. So I do have a whole set of other colors. Usually dye comes in like, you know, these colors that has a little dye and you add water. But that's like the shirt I have with all these fun, crazy cotton candy colors. But I just, you know, want to be calm and chill. So the only things you need is what you're gonna dye, water, either in those dye bottles, water bottle, rubber bands, plastic, and gloves if you don't feel like getting your hands kind of crazy. Before, if you saw my tie-dye bleach video, if you want more of a spray look, you can do a little spray. But tie-dye with white, it's all about these like random spots. So I did the scrunch method. So that's what I did. Oh my gosh, that was almost a wannabe whoa, but it's not. Okay. So after you dampen them for a little bit, then you lay them out. I started with the smallest item, and then, or the one that I wanted, that I cared about, like was wanted the best results for, and then the one that I didn't care about, I did last. I guess my reasoning was I wanted to use the best amount of dye on the first ones, and then the leftover dyes for like what I didn't really care about. So that was the thing. The first thing I did was this kind of like bralette. Bam, bam. And I'll show you the colors and stuff like that. So the first actual problem that I came up with was, before I started dyeing, I had a box of all these other colors and I didn't want to use them. I just wanted to use beige. But then after I dampened it, I saw little pink dots on the top and I was like, did I mess this up already? And I almost tie-dyed it pink. But then I realized, I think that I have little spots of specks in there. I think, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, it's from the blue rubber band. To make the color blue, you have to use multiple colors, and I rubber band them all. And I think that's why I have many colors, little rainbow colors in them. But it's very, very subtle, and I like it. So, anyways, I was like, whatever. So I grabbed the beige, and I did not have bottles. You know when you tie-dye and you have those cool little bottles with the cool little top? I didn't have that. So we DIY'd our own DIY bottles. I just grabbed 2 water bottles. I poked a hole in the top and then filled them with cold water, which is not what you're supposed to do. So then I actually read the directions, and it's supposed to be hot water. So actually paid off to read the directions this time. I had hot water. I put them up. I think I left about this much at the top. About that much. And then I put in 2 tablespoons. I mean, they said 2 tablespoons of the dye. I kind of put 3 heavy tablespoons of the dye, which I'm glad I did, because they say the more dye you add, the darker it'll be, and it's going to be taken away. So I'm going to show you, you know, photos of what it looked like wet, and then this is kind of what it looked like dry, right? So just add more dye, because it's just going to get lighter. It's like a tan. It's like tan yourself away, because it's going to fade. It's going to fade anyways. So anyways, I did that. I shook it up. I had one glove on just one hand, because I was holding the top of it and I knew it was gonna get kind of crazy. So then I scrunched, and then I didn't want the scrunch to like open up and mess up. So that's why I did add rubber bands. Instead of doing the tie-dye with the big circle, infamous circle that everybody does, I scrunched and then just rubber banded it so that it stayed in its scrunched situation. Which I'm glad I did, because I got all these little rainbow colors. So I did that to the crop top and all the things, I did use the light beige for the crop top, the shorts, and the long sleeves. I used the darker camel color, I think it was, for, oh, and this crop top. I keep forgetting I'm wearing one of my creations. Ooh, there's a hair. And for all the tanks, basically, I used the dark brown. And it kind of looks like a little cow. I'm not mad at it. A little brown cow, a little chocolate milk. They look like chocolate milk. I just got it right now. Look, a little brown cow, a little brown and white cow. I love it. I love it. Okay. Ugh. And then the light skin, I guess that's not chocolate milk. That's just a little cream in your coffee. That's a caramel macchiato right there, a little caramel macchiato. So anyways, so after I did that, and whenever, you know, you pour, they say like, oh, you're gonna get a lot of extra dye. Honestly, when I was doing the backside, I just dabbed it. And got to the other side, and it was fine. It was okay, and it was really easy. It might have been easier than bleaching tie-dye, because I was seeing it happen as it was happening. Bleaching tie-dye, I was like, did it work? Did it work? But this one was like, you're gonna see it as it happened. The other bottle's up. The other bottle's just empty. This is lighter dye. And these are all my shirts, and I'm actually excited about, because I thought it was gonna be boring just being tan. So this one is both colors drenched to the fullest. These are like my leftovers tank tops that I put both colors on, mostly the dark color than the lighter color. This one is only the darker color. I think this is my tank top. This is my long sleeve, I think, just the lighter color. This is the tank top, I think. Obviously you can, no, the crop top, t-shirt. And these are my shorts. So I don't know if you can tell. You see there's a little pink right there. And there's different colors. At first I kept thinking like, I must have touched the pink dye in the box, but no. If I'm not mistaken, it's turning these extra colors because of my blue rubber bands. And I'm actually excited about it. At first I was like, no, I wanted to be cool and just do beige and white. But I actually really, now that I see it more and more, like see how like these colors are coming out, I think it's from the rubber bands, because all the colors that make up blue. And if that's correct, which I don't know why it's not really showing up on this one that much though. I actually am about to open them, and hopefully, I think I'm gonna like it, because I did want some kind of like fun color to it, but I just didn't want it to be like rainbowish. But I think I'm gonna like it. And then I laid them out. I was gonna lay them out overnight, but it was already sunset. Sun was already setting around that time, so I didn't. I literally just, after I was done, I rinsed them with cold water. So same thing, I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video with the bleach, but you need to rinse them with cold water before you put them in the washer or dryer. So I did that. So after I was done, I let them sit for maybe, I kept them in the rubber band for maybe another 30 minutes. Then I took them out to take a look, to take a little peek, see. This is a crop top. And this has like very little specks. See the little specks in there? If you don't like it, then I suggest use a brown rubber band, but I love it so much. And I liked what I saw, so then I laid them, I rinsed them with cold water and just laid them out kind of like over the shower or just over the sink. And then I put them in the washer and dryer and then just prayed it turned out okay. And it did. So I'm so excited. I think I've created a monster because I can see myself doing this to all of my clothes. All my clothes. Pros are, it's so much more fun using less colors. It makes your life easier. You're not thinking like, did I use too much of this color, not enough of this color? It's so much easier using one color or one type of color for these ones. So that's a pro. Another pro is using cotton. If you use spandex or anything else, it's not gonna take. So that was easy. Reading the directions made it a pro too. Hot water. Another pro is I kind of am afraid of wearing white because I'm always afraid I'm gonna get something on it. So I like to do stuff like this so that like it makes me less afraid, you know? Because when you wear something that's all white, if you have the smallest mark, it is noticeable. If I get something on this shirt, you can't notice. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. You don't see nothing. You don't see. So that's another reason why I really like doing stuff like this. And it has some fun. It has some personality. I mean, you pay for a pair of white shorts like this was like, what? $12, but if you want to design like this, it's gonna add another $7 to it. So they're almost $20 shorts now. But you buy a box of dye for like a couple dollars and you can decide what color they are. The store doesn't decide, you decide what color you want them. So that's what I like. I'm probably gonna do like a gray tie-dye next. I'm excited about that. And that's about it. Oh, the cons. Are there any cons? I mean, no. If you change your mind about the color and you say just kidding, no. If I hated the color brown, that would have been a con. But no, absolutely no con. I like the scrunch method now way more than the little circle loop-de-loop of the regular tie. This one is just a lot better. I like it a lot. That's about it. I'm done with the video. That's all you have to do to tie-dye. Don't be afraid when you're rinsing with cold water that a lot of the color comes out. Because I know I was like, I've seen videos of people going, all the color came out. And I was like, say what? But it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit. It's like when you dye your hair and a little bit comes out in the shower. It's just a little bit. It's still gonna be fine. So that is it for the tie-dye video. If you have any questions, comment below. If you have any fun colors, I'm thinking about gray because I'm so boring. But if you have any other fun colors that you think would be really cool, let me know. If you want other DIY ideas, I was thinking about doing some distressed look to maybe even, I don't know if I'll do it to one of these. Maybe I'll do it to one of my bleach things. You know, like a distressed look to make your clothes basically look like you're homeless. I don't know why we do that. But anyways, comment below, hit the bell, subscribe, because videos are coming twice a week, Wednesdays and weekends. Okay, bye.